And I will like put the stream to YouTube also, just let you know.
No problem. No problem.
Because we only have 100 seats in the Zoom.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and share my screen as well.
And I will like put the stream to YouTube also, just let.
Got it. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still can see the script, right?
Sorry?
Rajat, your virtual background. I send you the new one.
भाई थोड़ा वो उल्टा करना पड़ेगा तेरे को.
No, I think mine is not. Mine is already mirrored, right?
नहीं नहीं है भाई, उल्टा दिख रहा है तेरा. फिर से ज्वाइन कर ले, लीव करके.
What is ulta, the background?
हाँ भाई, उल्टा दिख रहा है. ZEGO Cloud नहीं दिख रहा, उल्टा दिख रहा है ZEGO Cloud. वहां पे जाके सेटिंग में जाके कर ले. हाँ बस अब.
Now is it better?
हाँ, it's better. Done.
Yeah. Now it's perfect.
Rajat works from the Zoom, I forgot.
I used to work with Zoom, bro. Yeah. We are not putting the questions on screen, right? We're just reading it out loud. Janet?
Yes.
When the Q&A comes, are you putting the questions on screen? Like, are you typing it out?
Oh, okay. I will type it on the screen.
Or you can just show the question in the chat or something like that, because the questions are pretty big.
So maybe I show the question to all the audience, okay? Not just
without the answer, just the question.
Yeah, okay.
Harsh will ask, I will answer. We've decided like that. So whenever Harsh asks the question, you can just put it on the screen. And Harsh, go in order as per that document.
Yeah. Okay.
Random ना जाओ ना. Random में गए तो क्या होगा भाई?
Janet को पता नहीं चलेगा. What is? Just give me 1 minute. It's very difficult to control this. Our streaming is already going to YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is already on YouTube.
So we should be.
So when we reach the Q&A, I will stop sharing and Janet, you stop sharing. Okay. When we reach the question and answer, I will stop sharing and you.
Yeah. Okay. So before the QA section, you will stop sharing the screen, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So we might take maximum 25 to 30 minutes for the presentation. Maximum.
Okay.
Janet, all the questions, I'm asking all the questions to Rajat. So Rajat will be answering all the questions. I'm just asking him all the questions.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And if anything I'd like to add, I'll add it. But what I'm trying to do, Janet, is I'm trying to monitor the chat that they are going to put. I know you are monitoring as well. I'll also monitor because the audience is very high.
Yeah.
So Rajat can focus on giving the presentation while I can answer the pop-ups. After Rajat change the slide, maybe.
No, Rajat, that is our new colleague, Lydia.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
She renamed an Indian name.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. I've already make sure nobody can like say anything or turn on the video.
Understood. So when
Yeah.
Shruti joined in, I was confused.
Yeah. Okay. So last 5 minutes.
Are we waiting after 2 o'clock?
How about we let them go in right now?
Yeah. No, I meant after 2 o'clock. Are we waiting for another 3-4 minutes for people to join?
Yeah. So maybe Rajat, you can turn on the screen sharing and show and present the first page of the presentation. And I will admit all the audience in waiting room.
Okay, got it.
Janet, do you want me to help you to add people because it's more?
No, you can hit one admit all and everyone will come in.
I think it's fine. 60, currently 66.
Should I admit now? Guys,
No, I meant I'm audible, right?
yes, you turn on your camera, bro.
No, my mouse doesn't work when I hide the floating controls. So I'm just figuring it out.
Your video is off, Rajat.
Yeah, I know. Give me one moment.
Okay.
The cloud recording is turned on already. So when the draft is ready, I will allow the audience to come in.
Yeah. Is my screen is okay, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the screen is okay, but the video.
Yeah. Video I'm just starting. You can spotlight me and Harsh and or depending on who's talking. And the other thing is in my screen share, is Harsh and mine video visible? Janet?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Okay.
All good.
I'll just remove that as well.
Okay, so I will allow them to go in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Admit all.
They're all in, Rajat.
Got it. Hey, thank you everyone for joining and welcome to our webinar. Janet, I'll hand it over to you to start, but I think we can wait for a couple of more minutes for people to join.
Yeah, Janet might be busy adding people.
Thank you everyone for joining. We are just waiting for a couple of more members to join. Thank you so much for your patience.
Yeah, Rajat, everybody's in, I think. So you can start if you like.
I can still see people joining the waiting room. So
Yeah,
we'll just
I'm adding them.
I'll let Janet start it off.
Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A big welcome to ZEGOCLOUD's live webinar about social mini games, how to boost your app's revenue and user engagement. I'm Janet, marketing manager at ZEGOCLOUD, and I will be your host for this webinar. In case you are not familiar with ZEGOCLOUD, allow me to do a quick introduction on ZEGOCLOUD. Our roots dates way back to 2001 with our founding team all having profound expertise and patience in audio and video software solutions. We aim to revolutionize virtual engagement with real-time interaction services for hassle-free cloud communication. And we aim to make it easy for business and developers to build real-time interaction into their apps across the mobile, internet, and the metaverse. Okay, now back to our topic for today, the social mini game. With the shift away from purely social platforms, there is a growing emphasis on creating entertainment content that nurtures social relationships, and games have become a top priority. So, given this change, have you ever considered what factors contribute to this immense potential of the Indian game market? Why are major Indian entertainment companies embracing mini games, and how can social mini games be effectively upgrade your app? So today's webinar will cover the following aspects, like the importance of developing social entertainment content, the market potential and current status of the Indian market, how to choose the suitable social mini games based on comprehensive categorization, some common use cases and retention strategies to enhance user engagement. Finally, the one-stop minigame solutions tailored to meet your diverse needs. So after the presentation part, we will have the QA section. So you can type in your question in the chat box during the webinar, and our presenters will be answering them after the presentation parts. And do not forget about our lucky draw section, and it will take place after the Q&A section. We will randomly select 3 lucky winners. Each of them will receive a $20 gift card. Please note that if you are not present in the room during the lucky draw, we might consider it as if you are giving up the prize. So stay in the room. Okay, let's welcome our host for today, our presenter for today's webinar. They are our very own Rajat. our sales director in India, and Harsh, global key account manager. So without further ado, Ajat, Harsh, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Janet. I hope my audio is clear
Yes, Rajat, your audio is good.
and my screen is visible, I hope.
Yes, all good.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. And I think we have a good amount of audience that have joined in already and still people in the waiting room. So we'll keep allowing them inside, but I think in the interest of everyone's time, we will get started. Janet has already introduced us and the agenda for today, but I'll just go through it once more. We're going to speak about what social entertainment content means for
Was gone, muted.
Am I on mute?
Yeah, it went mute. Can you restart it, please?
All right. Sorry for that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. As I was saying, we have already gone through the agenda for today, but I'll just take you guys through it once more. Today, we're going to speak about what social entertainment content means for social applications, especially in the India market. And a focus topic for today will be the mini game solution. So basically, how having mini games and other interactive content within your application can increase both engagement, opportunities, and monetization possibilities in your application. We'll also be talking about our one-stop solution for both communication and mini games, followed by the Q&A. You guys can post the questions in our chat box while the webinar is ongoing, and our for a $20 price, and we'll take it there. Yeah. So when you mute everyone, I also get muted. So please let me know if you guys are muting the audience. Yeah. Okay. So quick introduction. My name is Rajat. I'm the sales director for India for ZEGOCLOUD, and I have Harsh with me, who's a key account manager for us. And we'll be taking you through the presentation for today. And we're going to try to keep it a little interactive, giving in conversations and examples of how this has worked out previously in the market. So currently, the global social media landscape stands at almost 4.76 billion social media users. It's almost more than half of the global population itself, right? And we have almost 2.5 hours a day on social platforms that users are spending, which is greater than 40 minutes compared to TV, cable, and other screen time that we spend on. So it's a huge potential in terms of where users are having their screen time and where we have their visible opportunity to capture their engagement in terms of any applications that we build, right? And as of now, at the moment, if you see the journey that social media has come through, it started with email, chat rooms, and forums, which were a major thing a decade back, where the main form of interaction and networking between humans were through emails, which slowly grew into chat rooms and eventually into forums, where we've had communities that were built with forums and discussions that took certain topics further and built communities and enthusiasts in certain topics. Followed by that, we moved into the instant messaging with chat and IMs, with text and image chat going on as well. And soon followed by that, we got into the era of voice and video messaging, followed by live streaming. Of course, the pandemic that happened pushed the entire industry forward in terms of how remote communication, video, audio, messaging, and everything evolved. And we've got a bump. We moved a decade within a couple of years of COVID. And eventually we've reached here where everyone's currently on video and audio messaging. And if you look at, I mean, if you just look around, we've gone from the era of where people used to call on audio to everything being on video. Just a quick example is I was just going to the airport the other day, and I noticed that majority of the folks were holding their mobile in front of their face as compared to how a couple of years back it would have been just on their ear where they were talking, right? Now, if you are building a product or if you already have a product that involves social interaction, there's going to be a lot of pain points that you might phase because after the COVID surge and after social interaction had reached its peak, it started flatlining, and that's when we got into the the pain points, like how to keep social interaction active, how to have more revenue or monetization from these applications, how to retain more users, and how to increase the entertainment value so that users stick to your application, not just stick to it, engage with your application, and also help you monetize your application in terms of generating revenue so that you can keep your application going. So these are the pain points that we've recognized with some of our partners and customers that we work with. And we've had a huge success in terms of innovating in that space and figuring out how to increase this interaction, right? So why create social entertainment content? I think it's pretty basic, but let's look at three main points, right? We need content to pull in customers or users, and users need something that they need to come back to the application repeatedly for. So this precipitates social relationships, and it becomes very appealing for the users to come back to your application because there is something to consume in terms of content, and that keeps them coming back again and again. And this also increases the scope of your application in terms of what all aspects are social about the application in terms of networking, interactions, etc., and how the content can keep them coming back. Now, at the same time, there's going to be a need from the platform and the users to achieve a balance between entertainment and social features in terms of interaction and entertainment. And again, at the same time, for the platform to continue providing such services, it would also want to generate revenue. So social entertainment content will primarily serve all these factors in terms of how they come to consume something and how they can keep that consumption going and how they can engage with each other or among other users within your application. So these are the three things that make sure that a social platform is successful. And this is one way in which we can do this. So mini games is what we're going to be talking about today. And if you talk about mini games, I think pretty much everyone in this room today and pretty much everyone who's used any application out there would have started to notice that there are games being involved into applications irrespective of what they do by default. Now, one of the largest streaming platforms in the world for movies and TV shows, which I'm sure all of us use, you would have started to notice that there are games being pushed into applications and streaming platforms like these as well. And you would have noticed that some other applications which might had a primary focus related to content might still be adding games to increase engagement into their platform. So, as familiar as we are to the concept, we'd like to talk about how it helps in the India market specifically, and also how it can help if you have a social product or an application that has a social aspect to it. So, yeah. So if you look at the Indian gaming scene in our market, the potential of Indian gaming, we have 916 million installs in terms of the downloaded games. And this rating is as of May 2022. So 19.2% of total worldwide download of game happens in India. At the end of FY22, the gaming community reached almost 460 million players, and out of which more than 90% are mobile gamers or casual gamers. And if you look at the average revenue per user or the average spend from a user, we're looking at almost 268 by the end of 24-25. So it's a huge potential, a huge market for all the applications and products out there that are working towards a goal to engage these users and customers and to generate revenue out of this, right? Now, the user side demand is massive in terms of the Indian gamers, and the scale is absolutely huge. Now, what gaming has done, and especially games that are casual and is within your application and is easy to play, easy to understand, is the mobile gaming audience is, it's easy for them to enter into your application, right? And the mobile gaming audience is driven by high penetration because of the data costs today. And you have entry-level smartphones that have pretty much all the specifications that you would need for most of the standard games. So this has made sure that a lot of users have access to your application and through your application into the games that they will be eventually playing. Now, these games don't require you to have a high-end mobile phone or a smartphone, and it does not require high data costs as well. So this has increased the user penetration in India and globally, as we've seen already, for users getting into such applications and starting gaming, right? And of course, like I spoke about it already, COVID was a tipping point for the industry. Having been isolated in our homes and not being able to get out, made sure that a lot of us did introduce ourselves into the gaming community for entertainment and just to while away time. And we had a lot of users who been introduced into the gaming community, and a lot of these users have continued to play and continued to have that interest into mobile gaming even after COVID had passed. So there is a huge demand and a massive scale in terms of the solution that we are talking about. Now, if you look at the Indian gaming industry trend, at the moment, a lot of the Indian entertainment giants have already embraced mini games. Now, if you look at the companies that are on screen, a lot of them are giants that have a lot of businesses going on in a lot of entertainment fields, but they have already adopted games as a solution for engagement, retention, and monetization. So it's already a proven technique which the giants have already looked into and are considering. Now, if you look at the game genres in India, where traditional games are the most popular, Ludo saw a huge surge during COVID, and it has continued to be so, being the top percentage use in India, followed by Snakes and Ladder, Carom, Rummy, and Cricket. So these are games that have a little bit of traditional value to the India market, has a little more, people relate to these games more because these are games that we played in our childhood. These are games that we grew up with, and bringing that to the social entertainment, the online world has definitely seen the same level of engagement that you would expect for people who had played this physically offline during their childhood. Right?
Yeah, Rajat, I would like to add into this revenue. Ludo, Yala Ludo is one of our customer, and they have made 80 million revenue last year, financial year. So they had actually a chat room. When they integrated the Ludo, the revenue skyrocketed. How they did it is like they gather the audience in the audio chat room, and so they removed the logic of combining the users randomly. So they remove that logic. They group the peoples and friends into the audio chat room. Once they decide to play a game, then it will redirect to the game. So yeah, that's a revenue thing.
Makes sense. And we will be covering something similar soon. So like Harsh spoke about, these games are not just for engagement and retention, but they'll also possess a huge potential for revenue generation as well. So the example that you heard about where a chat room was monetized using the game, there are many other cases where the entertainment aspect itself will generate revenue for the platform. And we'll see that as we go on. So why mini games in social is an opportunity? Like we discussed, lockdown encouraged people to seek virtual means of socialization. So we had a lot of inflow into social networking apps, social applications, and a lot of games that had a huge interaction and engagement. Now, once you get into any social interaction app, let's say you have a streaming application, but once the gaming is involved, games can have features like voice chat, video chat, and live streaming enabled so that players can connect with friends and experience the interaction that they would feel online as well. And like we spoke about already, mobile data costs are cheaper than ever, and we have easy to access smartphones with a lot of specifications. So again, we are breaking into this really quickly with scale. So this is a success story, like Harsh mentioned about Yalla Ludo. WePlay is a well-received social entertainment product. Its core solution was audio rooms that can accommodate social interaction and having friends and acquaintances made through these rooms. And this room, this is where people are building communities and talking about things that they find common with, and building acquaintances and a network. At the same time, they have now integrated a variety of casual games and party games. And what has happened is that the people or the communities that are built in these audio rooms have more things to engage with each other. So they have a strong entertainment and interactive gameplay. And this also helps them bring other users into the platform. So if you have an audio room where you want specific groups of friends to join in so that they can play with you, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to join your platform because they want their friends to join. At the same time, you reduce the placement and promotion costs of social products within your applications as well. So this is one example, and their revenue has reached upwards of $500,000. So that itself speaks for its success in terms of the social world, right? Now, what are social mini games, right? So that's what we're going to cover now. Now, these are games that are quick to play, easy to understand, and can be very engaging when playing with multiple other users, and have a lot of social aspect to it, right? So these are very small games designed to enhance interaction, so you can engage with each other, and they have very simple rules, very quick rounds, so that people can participate quickly, earn a couple of coins, spend a couple of coins, interact with other users playing the game, and increase their social bandwidth as well in terms of interaction. At the same time, it is a place where they can spend consumables that you have within the game. So it's a place for just not just purchasing, but also to spend with internal coins, or whatever monetary virtual coins that you have within your application. It's a place to buy and spend this. At the same time, increase your social bandwidth, interact with other users, build acquaintances, and have communication going on as well with other users. So some examples you can see on the screen, like Minesweeper, Number Bomb, Rock, Paper, Scissors, it's a crowd favorite, Pictionary, and some other games as well. So we'll talk more about consumable value games. So these are platforms where you have high net worth users, and you have a lot of users that are coming and can spend. Now, once users like this come, and you already have a lot of engagement in terms of, let's say, short format video, long format video, or streaming, which means users already have content that they're consuming, that they're coming for. At some point, that's going to saturate, right? Now, at the same time, you can build these into your platform. So if you look at Chamet, it has the one-on-one video interaction and live streaming. And at the same time, you have this gaming concept like the racing car game that they have, which engages the host and the audience and increases their virtual spend so that they can engage with the host. And this also creates a little bit of competitiveness and interaction between the audience as well, which in turn will help you generate revenue in terms of how they're spending these virtual currency. Also increase the user's duration of stay so that they have something to stay for. The competitiveness is going to get them to play longer, stay on your platform longer. So that's going to increase the user's duration of stay. And at the same time, having such games and having, these are games that you can enjoy easily and don't have to spend a lot of time on it. So a lot of people will keep coming back to it. So you're going to have a lot of user stickiness as well. So these are message controlled games. This is very, very interesting if you ask me personally. Interactive message control games is a live streaming game where the game progresses in terms of how the users send messages, gifts, or any other engagement action, right? So for example, the screenshot that you're looking at, like PK battles or racing. So the racing could be where if the audience is gifting one host, or the audience with the highest number of gifts will be leading the race, followed by the people who, spend lower. So in this way, you're effectively promoting both engagement and revenue generation, because they will have to burn their coins and engage with the host to increase their position in the game. And at the same time, you also turn users into a customer at a low cost and at a very short amount of time, because these are not very expensive for the user themselves to spend, but at volume, it's going to start generating revenue for your own platform. And it is engaging. At the same time, there is competitiveness and there is some sort of interaction as well involved. So what happens here is that you have the ability to not spend a lot of cost for the users to become customers, and you don't have to spend a lot of time in engaging with them either. So this is going to be suitable for platforms with very large user bases where they already are coming and consuming your content and interacting with the hosts anyway. So creating this competitive aspect to it will enhance that experience that they already have. So these are some of the common use cases. Now, if you have a gaming room where it is all encompassing, then you have connecting players, you have sparking interaction, you have multi-modal monetization methods, and you also extend the lifecycle of a user who comes into the platform. Right now, in an audio room, when you have, let's say, a Pictionary going on, there's a lot of interaction between the users. They might make friends. You have in-game social aspect to it, where you're creating acquaintances and friends on the game. At the same time, you can also have one-on-one call scenarios where the games will help engage. And at the same time, if you're playing a game and you want to stream it and create an engagement or a community like that, it poses potential for all such use cases. So we have a lot of use cases other than what is shown on screen as well. In my opinion, it is as much as your imagination can take you, because there is a lot of potential ways in which you can keep the users engaged, increase their social interaction, and have more communities built, and at the same time increase monetization in terms of multiple models where the spend and burn and earn factor happens within the game, right? So one-on-one chat and mini games is a very popular combination that we've seen among all the applications that we serve currently, and we have over 4,000 plus clients. And among them, we've seen a huge success in terms of having interaction and mini games itself. Now, not going into video, audio, just with a one-on-one chat and a mini game. I'm sure many of us have already played Ludo here with the chat option with our friends and family who have situated at long distances. So there's a lot of enjoyment in the game when there is a point of interaction. If there is no interaction, it seems pretty much like you're playing with the system itself. So having that one-on-one chat feature helps people communicate, increase that competitiveness, have that engagement, and you have a lot of strategies in which you can do this, where people can match with their friends or you can match with random strangers as well, so that you can quickly initiate socialization without the awkwardness of a one-on-one chat directly. So it can be an in-game chat where you just talk to them and you can understand pretty much a little bit about the person within one Ludo round, and you can know whether you want to build that acquaintance or relationship forward within the game or the community or the application. So a lot of potential advantages of having one-on-one chat and mini games in terms of prolonging their stay in the application, having them come back repeatedly to have a more social aspect to it. And we've seen huge success in this in the India market with Ludo, especially. We've got a huge amount of users who adapt to it and adopt really, really quickly. And we see that there's revenue generation opportunity as well once they come on board. So you have the same option with the live audio room and mini games as well. So if you see the example on the screen, that's an audio room where there is Uno being played. Now this game can also be streamed to not if there are only 6 players and you have 100 people in the audio room, it can be streamed to the other players as well, so that they can all engage into the game. So it could be that the host and a couple of players are playing, but having this stream to the other players as well will increase user attention. There's going to be a lot of chatter regarding the game, increasing competitiveness, spend, and duration in terms of how people stick to the platform. Now, if you look at audio rooms, mostly they usually engage in terms of a common topic, common interest, or a common community that they're trying to build with similar people. So games will make sure that there is that community feel to it. There is interaction between all the users. And if there is a couple of people playing and a couple of people watching, there's going to be a lot of chatter, banter, and discussions around the same. This is going to have a lot of impact in terms of sending each other gifts, and this chatter itself and the competitiveness will also increase the spend of the users in terms of both time and monetary value when they're in the game, right? So this is something again that we've seen success in terms of Yalla Ludo, and we've seen audio rooms doing this repeatedly again and again, where we've seen that they've have huge success in this, right? Sorry, give me one moment. Okay. So I'm so sorry, I just skipped a slide. Yeah. Now again, so like we spoke about audio rooms and one-on-one chat, we can have live streaming with mini games as well. Now, if you look at live streaming, you have multiple interactive factors going on already here. So you have games, banners, you can have watching together in terms of watch party, and you can have competitions as well. Now, in the streaming space, like let's say you're playing, let's say poker, for example, a host in your streaming platform can actually act as the dealer for the poker game and increase the interaction of her or his audience with both the host and among each other. Now you strengthen the relationship between the host and the fans as well. And there is more community building aspect in terms of how the fans or the audience that join interact with each other as well. Now, this also generates a very more sustainable revenue in terms of how they support these hosts when they come on streaming by playing the game and spending coins on the game. So this gives them entertainment. They have an opportunity to socialize and interact both with the host and other audience. And you already have an audience that is coming to see these hosts and interact with them and spend coins anyway. So now they have more avenues to do it. So in terms of that, you're going to be generating much more sustainable revenue. And this is going to help create stickiness and retention among your users and help the hosts build a stronger fan base and a community as well. By mostly streaming, you don't want your hosts to just sit and talk, for the longest duration, right? So it helps if there is something that they can do with your audience where they can interact with them or have, a social aspect to it. And that's exactly what minigames does. So they're giving you the opportunity to have your hosts interact more and have more avenues for the audience to spend and support their hosts as well. Yeah. So some of the ways in which you can boost retention and revenue are as shown on the screen. So one, we have paid tickets. So you can have some games in which there is an entry fee and you create a system of rewards and penalties basis the game. So it could be winners and losers of the Ludo game in many similar use cases that we've seen already. So where you basically pledge some virtual coins to join the game and you win some, you lose some, and you can have an entry fee for all the games. Now there is another thing where there is betting involved. So let's say it's about a race that is going on in a streaming platform. You can bet on who's going to win, or if there is a PK battle between multiple hosts, then you can, again, there are a lot of scenarios where you can bet virtual coins and earn according to the win and losses. Now, order and play together is a new concept, especially in India. It's called game companionship, where you can actually have good gamers of large scale games as well in your platform or community, where you can actually book a good gamer or pay them so that they allow you into your team, into their team, and you can play with them. So that's increasing your own skill in the game, increasing your ranking and scores in the game, and also at the same time having, getting to play with a gamer that you probably admired for a long time. So this order and play together or a game companionship model is very interesting. So you get to play, if you have some mid-size or top-level gamers in your platform, you can have a community going where the games can be discussed, and every day they can pay a certain amount and book their favorite gamers to play with them and join their team and play together. So that is going to be a huge potential as well in terms of revenue. And you can have weekly tournaments as well, right? Operate in-game events that grant rewards. So you'll have improved engagement. You'll have something that the users look forward to. And if in case you're seeing, if there is a slow engagement or retention factor or growth factor in terms of users, a weekly tournament or a couple of events that happen bi-weekly or monthly can help increase that as well, right? Yeah. So coming to our solution in this space, we currently have a one-stop solution for all the scenarios that we've discussed so far, majority of all the games that we've discussed so far as well. And we can help you with the monetization methods that we spoke as well. Now, some things that we've already covered, we offer a wide variety of mini games. So you have mainstream gameplay for most regions in the world, almost all of it. And we've adapted them for multiple scenarios as well. So if you have voice chat, live streaming, you have a game center or a dating application, we can tailor make games that will increase the interaction of users in your product and in your solution. Doesn't matter for what scenario you've built it. And we have a lot of selection in game modes as well. We offer game modes that developers can easily configure and create parameters for customized gameplay for your scenario. So we have clients who've customized the look and feel, the rounds, the length of the rounds. If you want to add something special into Ludo, like, a bomb, or you need to have only 2 pins instead of 4 pins in Ludo. There's a lot of customizability that itself comes into the gameplay that can also be configured. And at the same time, once you have all these feature-rich games configured from which we provide as the game SDK. You can also have communications integrated very easily into it. So you want Ludo, we have Ludo. You integrate Ludo. And now you want to have a chat aspect to it. You can have our chat SDK integrated so that the players can chat among themselves. Now, at the same time, you want them to have audio or video. We can provide our RTCs to integrate that as well. So it's a one-stop integration solution in terms of how you need games or social entertainment aspects into your primary application with our SDKs. Now, I'm not going to get into the technical depth over here, but just to give you an idea of how it works, the green arrows are handled by the client or whoever the product is, the product application, and the blue arrows are handled completely by us and our team. So what happens here is the users flow from the business server or the social application of the client, and it comes into a coin query that we do to understand what is the wallet balance and what kind of deposit they've done into their wallet. And we take that figure so that when they join the game, they can start with the coins that they already have in their wallet. And once the game is complete, we provide a settlement report as well to the client. So this is in terms of how the coins are settled. Now, if you look at the initialization from the application, from your application or your product, you can initialize our SDK for both mini games and for communication. And the minigame engine will be running primarily while it relies on our Express SDK for chat, one-on-one chat. It can be audio, one-on-one audio, video, one-to-many, depends on the game and how you configure it. But once the initial authentication and game list and loading and other logic is applied, it will step into the game basis the minigame engine SDK that we provide. And our minigame engine SDK will rely on our Express SDK for real-time communication within the application. So it's interconnected, and we will take care of the entire bit of the minigame and the communication that happens within the minigame. And we provide you all the information in which you can calculate their wallet balance, how much they won or lost, and provide them with the correct balance once the game is completed. So this is how the integration process works at the moment. And we have a lot of resources that we will provide while the integration is happening. And of course, we do provide consulting as well. So in terms of if you need help on certain features or how to design a game or the workflow, our team will be helping you out with all of this. Now, we have Express SDK, which is an integrate one, and it's hotfix anytime. We have a huge comprehensive device support and multi-platform support, very small package size with bandwidth management, etc. And this is the Express SDK, which comes with out-of-the-box features, right? Now, we have the mini-games SDK as well, where multiple social interactive games we have, which is for audio rooms, one-on-one audio and video chat, and for live streaming. Again, we have a large list of games from which you can select what kind of mini-games you need in your product. And we have 30,000 plus products, device support that we've already tested on, we support all platforms. So that's going to help you with. I'm going to leave the barcodes on the screen so that you guys can screenshot it. I'm going to leave it here for maybe 30 to 40 seconds while you can screenshot this. This is the demo of all the games that we have that you can test on your iOS or Android device by scanning the barcode. So I'm just going to leave it here for almost 10-20 seconds so that you can take a screenshot. I hope everyone has taken a screenshot of the demo QR codes. We will be stepping into the Q&A soon. So team, I'm going to stop sharing so that you guys can compile the questions that we've got so far.
Yeah, Rajat, we have the...
Hello. So
yeah,
we have already received some questions from the audience. So and I will send it to the public in the chat box. So maybe Rajab and Harsh can have a look at it.
Sure, no problem. You can start posting the questions. I'll take them one by one. Harsh, if you can help me with the questions.
Sure.
The first one is from the Bill Hunter. How does ZEGOCLOUD handle data security and privacy concerns when integrating social mini games into mobile apps. So Harsh, please.
Yeah, so for this kind of concern, we do have a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing reports available to review for your security reasons. About the data privacy and security, we do not store any kind of data on our RTC servers. We create, once your users being created on your app, we just store them as a global ID just to track their minutes and the consumptions. So that's all we store on at our servers. So there is no privacy or security hurdles made by ZEGOCLOUD. We have clients globally, and that is our top priority to maintain their security, privacy, GDPR. We are GDPR compliance, ISO 27001, which is a security compliance. So yes.
And we can also provide any security documentation that you require, and we can have a discussion on in terms of security and privacy concerns that you would have. So the data, as per how our preference is, that it resides always in your business servers. You just pass the data we require. We don't even need the users list in terms of the games. So you can pass the wallet information, their profile picture and their name, and you can even just pass the information that is required for the game to run, and we will send back the information in terms of the coin wallet balance. You do not have to retain any data in our servers. We can have it completely in your in-house service. I hope that answers the question. If you can move to the next one.
So the Janet, next.
We also received a question like, what kind of analytics and reporting tools are providing to app developers to monitor the performance and revenue of their social mini games?
Okay, so I'll take this. So in terms of analytics and reporting, we do have dashboards and analytics that we will provide to you in terms of the games. So in terms of how many monthly active users, daily active users you have that are coming and visiting the game and engaging with it, that would be completely reported, and a dashboard console access would be given to you. And at the same time, you're looking at the revenue of the social mini games, then the revenue is more on your side and the client side in terms of the business. Like we mentioned, we have multiple models of mini games that we provide at the moment in terms of how you consider its monetization. So let's say we are providing the mini game at a fixed cost or a user-based cost, then you will be paying us for the mini game only for the users. But at the same time, the revenue generated from the mini game would be as per the recharge they've done into your social applications wallet and the spend that they have over there. Now, at the same time, we also have introduced certain new models of engagement in mini games, which is of a revenue sharing model. So there we can actually assist you more in terms of seeing how much each application, and there'll be a more engaged model in which we provide the mini game and you provide the audience, and we can have a revenue sharing model where you pay for us in terms of revenue rather than the game itself. So we have both models, and each would depend on how you calculate the revenue. But yes, you will have the complete analytics and reporting in terms of monitoring the complete performance and user engagement and revenue. I think that covers it. Any more questions?
What is your approach to handling server load and scalability challenge, particularly during unexpected traffic spikes or events that drive a sudden surge in user activity?
Got it. Okay, so in terms of server load and scalability challenges, we haven't experienced anything. So before we launch, we do a thorough testing of the application within your environment, and we also get a lot of details from you. So in terms of how many geographical locations you want to launch the application, what kind of user base and peak concurrency you would be expecting with your current user base, we would already keep all this into account and would be assigning resources accordingly. And it is scalable. We are hosted on our own cloud and multiple other cloud providers as well. In India alone, for our RTC services, we use upwards of 15 data centers in India alone, so that there is geographically a data center very close to your users and reduce the ping that goes in between. So we can handle very large loads. Like we've already mentioned, we already handle applications like Chamet, Uplive, Star Maker, etc., which has a very huge user base. And in my experience in India, we've already handled upwards of 500,000 to 1 million monthly active users just on the mini games front, which we have experienced already. So the scalability should not be a problem. And any unexpected traffic spikes or events would most likely be analyzed by us already, or you would have the data already, and we can expect it in terms of a weekly event or anything like that. Resources will be assigned dynamically and we can scale at will. So shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, up to the 10 million concurrency easily handled on the ZEGOCLOUD. And if it goes more than 10 million, the servers will be up and running in a few minutes time. So there wouldn't be any problem. As Rajat said, we will analyze your user base. So based on your user, which geolocations they are in, we deploy the servers accordingly to handle the load and traffic. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so it is a very common question, like many clients might be interested in how the integration process goes in their existing live streaming apps.
Yeah, I was
How-
discussing with Rajat previously that, if we can have something like a flowchart. Rajat, would you like to start or should I continue?
I think we have this, we had this question in our last webinar as well. So if let's say you already have an existing live streaming application, our mini games and RTC solution both are SDK based, and we have an Express SDK that can get you up and running in no time. And we also have high customizability options where you can spend some time with your developers to customize the games or the RTC aspects and then integrate it. In any case, we support all platforms and devices that are available. So it could be iOS, Android, or web application that you already have. You can directly plug in our SDK to get your mini games integrated. So many of our customers who have mini games integrated at this point are existing live streaming applications where they already have good users. We also have customers who go it with low users, but majority of the cases where we've served them are games that were integrated into applications that already had 10 to 15 million users coming in monthly. So an existing live streaming application will have no problem integrating our solution. We will look at what language, what platforms and framework you use. We will have a consultative call with our team and we will see what is the best SDK that is fit for you. And we would share the SDK documentation. And not just this, we provide end-to-end consulting. So which means that every step of the way, our team will also ensure that you have a smooth integration process. And we will also ensure that every testing is done from both sides before you go live. So yeah, it's a very easy process and it's all SDK based. SDKs and APIs will be provided by us based on your platform and frameworks. Anything you want to add, Harsh?
No, that's very smooth process, and we also give you a couple of design options to how you would like to design your flow entering, getting users into the game room, either by a random match or from the live streaming chat rooms, audio rooms, whichever you like. So we can offer that design consultation as well, as Rajat mentioned.
So that's the best part of it, right? So if you have a new flow or a new feature that you're thinking about, we are more than happy to brainstorm and try to design it for you guys, even if you're the first one to do it. So we're not rigid in terms of how the product's workflow is or how the customizations are enabled. We go by it case by case, and we have a very consultative approach to this. So we make sure that there is a good consulting effort that goes into having your visualization put into your application in terms of integrating this. I think that should answer the question.
Yep.
Maybe last two questions. I think you guys can answer them together because they mentioned the virtual interaction, what we doing hard right now, the real RTI, real-time interaction, the new products like digital human avatar, something like that. So that is our future developments too. Maybe you guys can explain more to our clients.
Yeah, so I think I'll just read out the question one. So it's how has ZEGOCLOUD improved the quality of virtual interaction, and what future developments or enhancements are you considering to further improve ZEGOCLOUD? Okay, so how have we improved the quality of virtual interaction? So we're one of the pioneers in terms of real-time communication. We've moved to real-time interaction as well. So the point is to provide the lowest latency possible. That is what we aim to do, and trying to work in all bandwidth conditions. So how we've made it better, our technology currently, even with a 70% packet loss, we try to provide smooth communication across your application. And at the same time, we provide very high concurrency. Like Harsh mentioned, we can have 10 million users concurrently on your application, shouldn't be a problem at all. And at the same time, our product is extremely customizable. If you look at the market, the support that you get in terms of a consulting experience with applications that involve video audio communication is very important. So how we've improved the game is in terms of the quality of the audio video chat calls that go in. Second is the bandwidth, that we've considered that geographies will have low bandwidth and will require solutions that where even if there is a packet loss, communication happens smoothly. And the third is the quality of the audio and video that we provide. We can provide up to 4K resolution and very high quality audio as well. We even support spatial audio. So all of this is in terms of how we have improved it in our current journey. And if you look at future developments, we have a lot in store. I think I should talk to my team. We should probably do something, the next webinar on future technologies that we are working on probably. So we are working on AI technologies at the moment. We are working on AI generated content, AI generated humans as well.
Yeah.
So
So
basically we can have,
yeah, sorry, Rajat. So we have a amazing technology launch sooner on the AI human, AIGC. So we'll be launching that technology soon, and we are very excited about it. Where we went to the Bangalore Tech Spark, all of the attention was towards the AI human. So we are proud to launch it very soon, and enhancement is going on RTC. From RTC to RTI is day-to-day exercise that our engineers are doing. We have 300 plus engineers, so the improvement is going every single day.
So if you look at AI generated content, basically at one point in the future, and we will be launching this soon and demoing it, and you should watch out for our LinkedIn page and all our posts coming in. We will be soon launching a product where you can have a real life human scanned and recorded, and you can give them a script. Currently, we support almost 14 languages, and any script will automatically be handled by this AI version of the actual human being. So we could have another webinar when the product launches, where I'd expect all of you guys to join so that we can show you this product in real time. But there are a couple of posts on our LinkedIn already that cover this. Probably you can take a look at our website as well. You can go to the next question.
We'll make a Rajat as an AI human to deliver the webinar.
So at one point, we'll do the webinar using our AI.
Maybe next time we can
while
do
we are
this.
meeting the client, Rajat is delivering the webinar.
Yeah, so maybe that is the end for the QA section. And if anyone have more questions, you can contact us. You can leave your question in the chat box, and we will contact you later. Okay, thank you our gentlemen, Rajat and Harsh, and you may take a rest now. Okay, finally is the exciting lucky draw section, and we will randomly select 3 lucky winners. Each of them will receive a $20 gift card. However, be attention. If you are not present in the room during the draw, we may consider it as if you are giving up the prize. And if you are a lucky winner, please leave your email address in the chat box, and we will contact you about collecting the prize as soon as possible. Or you can contact us by marketing at ZEGOCLOUD.com, and I will leave that email address in the chat box also.
So do you want to share it, Janet, so that...
Yeah. I will share the screen. Okay.
Yes.
Rajat, can you drop your email address? I'll drop mine. So if anyone wants to directly contact us.
Okay, I think everyone can see my screen already. So I have already put all the registrants email address into the lucky draw system, and the lucky draw is will randomly select 3 lucky winners. So let's start it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The latency actually this part is very fast, like the list is very fast. Okay, I think right now is better. So maybe we count down 10 to 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so congratulations to our 3 lucky winners. So don't remember to leave your email. I will contact you by this email, or maybe you can contact me by marketing@ZEGOCLOUD.com. If there are no more questions, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Rajat and Harsh, for bringing us such brilliant presentation. And we hope everyone enjoyed the webinar today. In the end, we have a survey for everyone. Okay. What is the next topic that interests you? And everyone, please feel free to choose your option, and we might prepare your interest topic next time. Okay. We wait for a while.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we've also put in our email IDs. Myself and Harsh has we put our email IDs in the chat. You guys can take a look if you want to contact us directly. It doesn't need to be regarding our product itself, but if you want to brainstorm any couple of ideas and you just want to meet up to discuss a new product idea as well, please feel free to reach out to us. And congratulations to the lucky draw winners. That was I'm sure you guys will enjoy more such gifts. Continue to follow us on LinkedIn and make sure that you guys attend future webinars. We'll be covering more interesting topics next time and basis your interest. And yeah, thank you so much guys for joining in, everyone.
Okay, so we will end the poll and hope to see everyone next time. And don't worry, the recording and the presentation will be sent to you, all of you, at the beginning of next week via email. So feel free to watch it and download it. And that is the end for today. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you, Rajat.
Thank you so much, Harsh and Rajat. Yeah, thank you.